Hello. Welcome back to Trench Crusade Rules, Trench Talk. We will look at something very interesting today. It is the Red Brigade rules, beta rules for mounts in Trench Crusade. And these are not yet like official rules part of the 1.6 rules. They are more like an add-on or an expansion book, if you like, written in conjunction or in collaboration with Thomas and the Factory Fortress. So they are sanctioned and they are like as official as anything can get by not being written by Thomas. And we would take a look at them, see what's in store for us in the future, because if horses exist and the bikes exist, I'm sure there will be planes and tanks and stuff to follow. So yeah, let's have a look. This is the PDF you can find on the Red Brigade website for Kickstarter. This document was produced by The Trench Sign by Alex Schumark, with editing, proofreading and tuning by Derek Johnson, Carl Weissesade and Thomas Perinen. Overview. These rules offer the options to field-mounted models in your games of Trench Crusade. While care has been taken to ensure compatibility with the core rules and scenarios, the increased speed and durability of cavalry models can significantly alter scenarios with objective capture or breakthrough, and will favor melee-focused warbands on open battlefields. So we recommend agreeing to the use of cavalry with your opponents before beginning your campaign, or recruiting your warbands for one-off battle, or using cavalry-specific scenarios. Alright, so they will alter the game in such a way that you need to check with your opponent first. Not unlike using Forge World models for the game. Cavalry movement. Cavalry. This movement type covers any model that is riding on some sort of mount. Cavalry models cannot climb, but may move up to an additional 3 inches whenever they dash or charge, if the entire move action is made in a single straight line. This is super fun, like kamikaze charge, straight line, instead of being more maneuverable through covers and stuff. I like that. Mount keyword. Models with this keyword may only be deployed if they are ridden by another model. That model gains the rider keyword. Mounts may not be ridden by trench dogs, allies, models with flag movement, or models on oval bases. A mount may take no actions of its own while being ridden except for melee attack action, which it can take during its rider's activation without penalties for being unarmed. Can like a truck, well, not a truck, but a motorcycle have a melee attack? If a mount does not have a rider during its activation, the mount must move and dash directly towards the nearest battlefield edge and may take no other actions. If a mount reaches a table edge in this way, remove it from the battlefield. It is considered to be out of action for morale purposes, but remains on the warband roster. Mounts cannot be elite. I'm just skipping. I just think about the motorcycles. Like, if you leave the motorcycle, it will just dash away on its own. But it's probably for horses. Rider keyword. A rider goes to battle upon a horse, motorcycle, or some kind of infernal mount. For all purposes and attack effects such as forced movement, a rider and its mount are treated as a single model, including sharing blood infection and blessing marker. Blood, infection, and blessing marker. Yeah, so black rail infections as well then. A rider uses their mount base sizes at all times, and the mount movement characteristics when taking a move or dash action. A rider receives +1 dice to injury roll with melee against models on 32mm or smaller. but not the 30x60 ovals. May not be deployed as an infiltrator or use a shovel. Why can't you shovel down your horse? Yeah, when a model succeeds in hitting a rider mount model with an attack or ability requiring an action success wrong, if the total result is odd, resolve it against the mount. Otherwise, resolve it against the rider. Okay. When a model, so when one hits me, I am the rider, and they succeed. If the succeed roll is odd, like an 11, I guess, it's on the mount, and if it's a 12, it's on the rider. Cool. Kind of like for fantasy, when you had what are you hitting, the mount or the rider? Warrior down. Injury result and the down statuses from any ability is applied to the combined model. If a mount is taken out of action, its rider suffers a warrior down injury and loses this keyword and all other abilities of the mount. Replace it with a dismounted version of the model. Alright? So if it's down, either the rider or the mount, it gets downed. Applied to the combined model. If a model mount is taken out of action, its rider suffers. Alright. Mounts and equipment. Note, mounts are models and may be recruited and kept on a warband roster exactly like any other models. They count for morale, scenario, and campaign unit limits and any other rules referring to models. Battlefield Corsair. Trench Pilgrim, Iron Sultanate, or New Antioch only. 30 ducats. They say a well-trained warhorse is worth its weight in gold. Though precious little gold taken to the front lines is ever returned home. So that's the first mount. It's an 8-inch move cavalry horse with no range attack and a -1 dice to melee. That's the horse melee attack then, I guess. Kinda sucky. But it doesn't count as unarmed, so it's the same thing. Since unarmed for normal models are -1 die. 30x 60mm oval base. They can be equipped with light or plate barding. With light barding, I guess. Yeah, light or plate barding and the gas masks. Abilities. Plus mount. Battlefield Corsair may be ridden by any model with up to a 32mm base. Jumo. Corsair gain +1 dice to their jump and diving charge actions. That's fun. Diving charge with a horse. They also got the +1 dice to injury to begin with, so it's quite strong. How many could you get? Doesn't say. No, it says like you can have as many as you want, but down here it says 0 to 3. Iron Sultanate or New Antioch only, 50 ducats. Arabian and Iberian destroyers, prized for their agility and hot-blooded nature, are trained from foalhood to be ridden in battle. They have a 9-inch move and no -1 die in melee. Otherwise, they have fleet capability. Unless the scenario prohibits the use of special deployment of infiltrators, you may choose to deploy destroyers as infiltrators. If you do, they must be deployed touching a table edge and at least 8 inches from any enemy model. Okay, so you can make like a combat monster horse infiltrator, which will have 9-inch movement with a d6 charge and +2, +1 at least on the injury roll. Let's look at the heretic and court only horses. 0 to 1 hell steeds, 55 ducats. brutally broken to the will of their infernal masters and irrevocably twisted by their time in hell, these monstrosities are ridden by history's least chivalrous knights. 8-inch move and +1 dice melee and a 50mm base. Super cool customization and kit badges you can do with this, I think. It has mount, it has jump, and it has violent nature. If a Hellsteed's rider is taken out of action, unless in melee combat, the Hellsteed now treats all models as enemies. Wow! And must move and dash directly towards the nearest model, friend or foe, during its activation. Charging when able. Whilst in melee combat, it must attack a model at random each activation and may never retreat. Okay, this sounds fun. Like, you can make a kamikaze kind of devil horse. Like, maybe a wretched can go on these and just kill it and then let the mount itself be a force of nature in enemy deployment. Okay, what have we got here? The Giga Maggot from Black Grail, 50 ducats. The bloated larvae of Beelzebub's unimaginably putrid mine minions. Giga Maggots seem to barely aware of their riders, riding with disturbing hunger towards the scent of putrid or soon-to-be putrid flesh. I'm thinking about the Seaborn miniatures. They have like super cool maggot models, Chaos Maggots. Those would work here. It has a 6-inch movement. They may never carry any type of weapon, armor, or equipment. They can only be ridden by Plague Knights and Executors. How cool is that? By Plague Knights riding maggots. Undead Fortitude. All injury rolls made against a Giga Maggot are made with -1 dice unless the attack has the keyword fire. Oh no, in which case it works normally. This model does not suffer additional blood marker for gas attacks. Okay. It also has Wriggling Menace. As Giga Maggots lack any need for specific orientation, any down result they suffer on the injury chart are converted to minor hit. Giga Maggots move as cavalry but may climb. I love these. I need to make it very soon. I'm not sure how I'll manage it, but I need a Giga Maggot in my life. Mounts and equipment. 0-2 motorcycle, Heretic Legion and New Antique only, 45 ducats. First developed by the Chaplain Engineers of Verona. But rapidly reproduced for Heretic forces by Deviant Mechanics. Motorcycles are a recent addition to the battlefield. Though generally considered inferior to well-bred Destrier, they are inarguably more durable under fire. 8-inch movement, non-range, non-melee, -2 armor. What? None other had armor, had they? No, they had not. This is sick. They may be equipped with troop flags or sidecars. They are equipped with reinforced armor, which can never be removed. Alright, so I guess the barding plate and stuff you can buy for the horses. Got armor on them. Abilities. Mount. Mechanical. Motorcycles do not suffer additional blood markers from gas attacks. If a motorcycle's rider is taken out of action, the motorcycle is removed from battlefield as well. Oh no! So it isn't riding alone to the sunset. An artificial trench ghost may not recruit motorcycles. Okay, special cavalry equipment. This equipment is available to all warbands unless otherwise stated. Light barding. It's a -1 to its movement. A standard armor. Yeah. For the mount only. Plate barding. It counts as a reinforced armor and a combat helmet, mount only. Spurs. Dedicated cavalry troops often wear spurs to better control their mount. A rider wearing spurs gain +1 dice to dash action. if the mount is not artificial. Sidecar. An armored sidecar that can be bolted onto a motorcycle to seat an additional rider. A motorcycle equipped with a sidecar has a 60mm base and may carry a second rider as long as neither is an ally. The two riders form a fire team, which may be in addition to any other fire teams till your warband is loud. The rider in the sidecar ignores effect of heavy. Oh my. Okay. The rider on the sidecar may not take any movement actions on its own. Whenever a rider would be hit by an attack or ability, roll a d6, 1, 2, 3. The attack is resolved against the rider in the sidecar. On a 4-up, it is resolved into the first rider. If the first rider is taken out of action, the sidecar rider must take his place. Oh, this is so good! Like riding along with these and having a heavy on the sidecar as a goddamn fire team. Like he can move and he can shoot and he can dash and like so much shenanigans going on. Feels like Gaslands. And that's it for the rules. I feel like they are very fun, and maybe the motorcycle can be a problem. Like but it costs a lot. 40 ducats on top of the 45 ducats, so it's expensive. But imagine riding around with like 3 motorcycles as your entire gang. But yeah, you know, the Giga Maggots and the stole the show for me. Yeah. What did you like about them? What do you think we will see in the future? The future looks very bright. Grim bright. That's it. Peace be with you, pilgrims. Good night.